Hi everyone, I am Mile.
And my name is Vibha, and we're both customer engineers at Google Cloud. Welcome back to the Technical Guide for Startups, the Grow series, where we create a series of videos for technical enablement. We are thrilled to help you start, build, and grow your businesses successfully and sustainably on Google Cloud. In our last episode, Sanskriti and Elise walked us through how you could architect a blockchain startup on Google Cloud.
Today, in the 7th video of the Grow series, Vibha and I will take you through how you can start innovating with ML solutions on Google Cloud. We will be covering the various ML solutions available on Google Cloud. What is CCAI, what it can bring for your businesses, and how it helps other customers. How DocAI can help with your document processing needs, what use cases it can solve, and how other customers are using it. Finally, a list of resources to get you started on innovating.
Google Cloud has an umbrella of machine learning products and solutions that your businesses can leverage. We have done a deep dive of a few of these in our previous videos, so let's do a quick recap of what we've covered so far.
We can broadly classify ML solutions under 3 categories on Google Cloud: use as is, customize, and build. Under build, we have a CCAI to help solve business problems using data and increase productivity with end-to-end ML ops services. Check out our video, Getting Started with Vertex AI to know more. Under customize, we have AutoML, which help businesses with limited ML expertise to start building their own high-quality custom models.
Under use as is, we have 2 vertical solutions, Talent Solution and Recommendation AI. Talent Solution leverages ML technology to help better understand job content and job seeker intent. Use as is also encompasses ML APIs, which we have covered in the video How to Get Started with ML APIs. We also have 2 horizontal solutions, DocAI and CCAI, which we will be covering in detail in this video.
Conversation is a fundamental building block of customer interactions and contact centers. We want you to fully enable and leverage the very same technology that we have integrated and built for Google. At the core of our conversational AI is technology that helps enable a conversation with a machine that enables natural interactions with virtual agents. Understand what customers are saying, talk to the customer in a natural manner, and interact with the customer in the conversation. We have STT or speech-to-text, TTS or text-to-speech, and Dialogflow as the building blocks to the conversational AI for text and voice. And CCAI is built on top of these building blocks. The virtual agent, powered by Dialogflow with Speech AI, provides both a text and voice channel for call containment for common call topics. For more complex topics that require human service agent, we have Agent Assist that listens into ongoing conversation and provides assistance to the human service agent through knowledge-based lookup and recommended resolution steps. This will shorten average handling time and provides more consistent call quality across call center agents. And finally, we have Insights, where all the conversations are stored in a single place. You can do a lot of analysis and modeling, and you can also find a graph and chart to see what is the top reason that the customer contacted you. And generally, we were working with a telephony partner like Avaya and Genesis to help our customers to utilize this technology and drive this into their own business. In 2023, we are offering a new product, the CCAI platform, to give our customers more options when deploying CCAI. Customers can choose CCAI platform for contact center as a service in our cloud or continue with their existing investment in their call center software like Genesis, Avaya, NICE, and Cisco, and so on. Today, with our new CCAI platform, we give the choices for our customers to choose to use CCAI either from Google Cloud or from our partner. CCAI platform gives us integration and really brings this unified platform. It can consolidate the dialog flow, agent assist, and insights together to cover many different needs that the customers might have. It's really a turnkey solution for CCAI to make deploying and using this conversational AI easier and quicker. Contact Center AI provides our customers the orchestration capability to fully leverage Google Cloud and our ecosystem, from Workspace, Chrome, all the way down to the building blocks of AI and infrastructure. Now, let's take a deep dive into each CCAI building block. Well, Dialogflow helps virtual agent designers and developers build faster by providing many pre-built agent templates and components. And it doesn't require deep programming or machine learning skills. It can also improve customer experience with frequently asked questions, infobots, steering, and transactions. You can also engage more efficiently with advanced natural language processing and maximize reach by languages and platform integrations supported by Dialogflow. Secondly, Agent Assist. Focus entirely on giving agents the right data at the right time, ensuring that both agent and the customer have better experience. Whether it's context asked, they begin the conversation, or helpful directions with frequent asked questions and knowledge-based answers, to summarizing the interaction when it's done, easing their wrap-up process. And that's where the insights comes in. Insights can turn your customer interactions into insights through our built-in conversational AI understanding and topic modeling capabilities that are extendable by your call center analysts. The insights gained can help make a better business decisions. Those business decisions are going to help drive operational efficiency across a variety of your company. CCAI Insights integrates with all other Contact Center AI solution products, allowing you to import conversations from Dialogflow and Agent Assist. Contact Center AI Insights helps users detect and visualize patterns in the contact center data. Understanding conversational data helps drive business value, improve operational efficiency, and provide a voice for customer feedback. You can import your raw contact center interaction data into Insights in order to run machine learning analytics or to automatically identify interesting interactions and review the conversation. All data include transcribe, highlights, topic, sentiment, and entities, gets exported into BigQuery dataset and insight table. CCAI Insights allows you to export your CCAI Insights conversation and analysis data to BigQuery so that you can perform your own raw query, allow you to build any custom analysis or visualization in any tools like Looker, Looker Studio, and so on. We are happy to share our customer success story from TELUS. From the data in 2021, they service 20 million customer conversations per year. Imagine if we could transcribe every customer call into a customer intent that we could take action on. The CCAI will give them the transcribed data asset of customer intents for every customer call. This asset will be used to help drive multiple commercial outcomes, including the digital personalization use case and contact center analytic use cases. The result is so impressive. TELUS can reduce the customer effort for 7,200 hours per year and reduce agent effort for $2.3 million per year. Now, let's see a quick demo on CCAI Insights.
In this demo, we are trying to improve the customer experience of the electronic shop that sell devices and tools. And behind the scene, this is running on the advanced natural language model on Google Cloud. First thing we will do is to import the chart transcript into Insights. Here we have 10,000 generated conversations which store in our bucket. And you can either import by JSON format or audio, and the Insights will handle the transcription for you. I will use Insights to identify the most common topics in our conversation data. It uses topic modeling to group the conversation into relevant cluster. We can click on the start training and it can take up to a few hours. We will come back after it completed to take a look on the result. This is how the result looked like. We got 7 different topics discovered out of the data. And the best part is Insight did everything by the unsupervised learning. we can deploy this model so that insights can use this to analyze the conversation. Now, if I'm designing the virtual agents, I know that my customers are likely to have these 7 kind of problems, so I can build the dialog flow or the virtual agent to help them solve the issues. In addition to high-level topic, we can analyze the conversation in more details. Using the topic model, we can configure the fraction of conversation that should be analyzed automatically. Here we can go through one of them in details. In this conversation, it seems like the customer has a problem with a streaming device. It wasn't turning on, and they're trying to use troubleshooting wizard. This conversation is 6 minutes long and had 14 turns. So now I can identify which conversation I can explore in more detail and improve the virtual agents. Another technique that we can use to learn our conversation data is conversation highlight. Smart highlights are built in the insights and can detect the important attributes in the conversation. There's also custom highlights where you can track your own tag like laptop, phone, or internet. It looks like most of our customers have problems with the internet issues, so we can add some intent or resources to our virtual agents in Dialogflow. Finally, now you understand how the insight fits in as a part of the contact center AI on Google Cloud.
Thanks, Smile, for showing us how businesses can leverage CCAI for their call center needs. With the recent shift to remote and hybrid work and an increasingly digital world, we have adopted a paperless route, and a lot of documents have now become digitized. Think of all the PDFs, forms, emails, and contracts you have used to consume or relay information. These documents essentially make up a goldmine of data that businesses can leverage to derive insights and drive business decisions. Enter Document AI. Document AI is an end-to-end cloud platform for document processing, which turns unstructured content into structured data. With data in a structured format, you can begin to make it useful. Maybe you want to run analytics on customer feedback, or you're processing large, multi-page application forms. The possibilities are endless. Document AI helps with document processing tasks. You can use it to digitize text from documents. This means you can extract text, words, paragraphs, blocks, symbols, and even correct rotation. Document AI also helps in pre-processing documents with image quality detection and deskewing. Labeling and reviewing can also be done with Document AI. You can split and classify documents based on type. This would be helpful when, for example, you have scanned a bunch of different procurement documents into a single PDF or file, and you need to programmatically split the documents based on logical boundaries. You can also use it to process industry-specific documents. Document AI Workbench can be used when you need to create a custom model specific to your business. Now I know I threw around a few processor names, so let's understand the different processors Document AI has to offer. First, we have general processors that are pre-built processors that are compatible with most document types. Under general processors, we have Document OCR and the form parser. Second, we have specialized processors that are pre-built processors for specific document types. This includes procurement documents, which are used for payments and purchases, such as receipts and invoices, identity documents that are used for identity verification, lending documents that are used for mortgage loans, and business contracts. Lastly, we have custom user-created processors if you have a unique type of document and want to get the same detailed information from it. This can be achieved with the help of Document AI Workbench. Document AI offers the ability to uptrain existing specialized processors or create new processors completely from scratch in order to get the most accurate information from any document type. These work very similarly to AutoML with Vertex AI, so you don't have to write any TensorFlow or PyTorch code to start training the model. However, there is a certain criteria to be met while working with Document AI Workbench. A minimum of 20 documents is required to train a custom document extractor or uptrain a specialized processor. You would reserve a minimum of 10 documents for training and 10 for testing. You need a minimum of 10 annotations per schema label. For labeling tasks, the customer or a partner needs to be resourced to label the documents. With the many processor types available, it can get confusing to select which processor to use in a given situation. This decision tree gives us a quick overview of which processor to use. Let's go through it in a bit more detail. If your requirements are to only extract the text and the layout, then the OCR processor is a way to go. It lets you identify and extract text, including handwritten text. The form parser is more useful in cases when you want to extract general key value pairs, for example, entity and checkboxes, tables, and other generic entities which are present in documents apart from OCR text. If you need to process documents with a specific layout and a specialized processor is already available, you can then leverage these pre-trained processors or uptrain them. By uptraining, we mean that you begin with a pre-made model and then train this model with your own data to improve its accuracy. If our available specialized processors do not cover a document type that you'd like to process, then you can use Document AI Workbench to create a custom processor, provided that it meets the criteria outlined in the previous section. In case the criteria can't be met, you can opt for OCR processor and AutoML. With the help of AutoML natural language, you can create and deploy custom machine learning models that can analyze documents, categorize them, and identify entities. Let's go through a sample DocAI architecture. You can either use the batch or the online API calls to process documents using Document AI. With batch or asynchronous calls, these use documents which are stored in Google Cloud Storage and can write the results back to it. Online or synchronous calls allow you to send a document within a request and receive the results synchronously. You can then use a serverless processing pattern via Cloud Functions. Cloud Functions are good for actions that you might want to keep separate from your main app code and deploy, monitor, and maintain separately, just like DocAI if it's a separate integration point to your system. You could wrap your DocAI API calls in a Cloud Function and then attach it via an HTTP trigger, or you could create a background Cloud Function that gets triggered by events that happen in your cloud storage bucket. Let's move on to the demo so we can get a glimpse of the functionality DocAI has to offer. If you head over to the Document AI documentation, on the left pane you'll see a Try It option, which essentially provides a drag and drop feature to let you try out the different processors. As you can see, you have the option to test the various processors either with a document on your local machine or with one of the readily available samples. For the purpose of this demo, I'll be using a sample form to test the form parser. If I zoom into the form, you'll see a health intake form with various fields such as name, address, phone number, medical concerns, etc. On the left pane, you can see the list of key value pairs, and you can even filter the results based on the field. If I type in state, I can access the value associated with the field. On the top pane, if we select the JSON tab, we can view the request URL, the request, and the response in JSON format. In case you need to integrate DocAI into your application and make a call to the API, the JSON response may be easier to work with to extract the identified values. To create a specialized processor on the console, head over to the Document AI platform overview. Click Create Processor and scroll down to Specialized and select Invoice Parser. Give it a name and select the closest region on the list. Click Create to create your processor. Click Upload Document and select an invoice to parse. As we can see, the various fields along with their values have been extracted in a key value pair format. We can also classify and split documents. In this example, we'll be using the procurement processor. Let's create a Python file that will use the online processing API to classify and detect logical split points for a multi-page document. I will create a file called classification.py and replace processor_id with the ID of the procurement splitter processor I created earlier. Replace project_id and location with the cloud project ID and the processor location respectively. After running the file, the procurement splitter/classifier correctly identified the document types on pages 0 to 1 and 3 to 4. Page 2 contains a generic medical intake form, so the classifier correctly identified it as other. The code for the Python file is available in the code lab linked in the description. After witnessing the capabilities of DocAI and how it can transform document processing, many customers have started leveraging it. One such customer is Cenex. Cenex is an Australian natural gas producer. Using DocAI, Cenex was able to unlock data that could be used to optimize well design and operations. As a result, Cenex can also look for trends such as safety issues across their assets before determining if the issue needs to be addressed. As stated by Timothy Cochrane, the general manager for Digital Cenex, Google Cloud demonstrated impressive built-in OCR capability. It took minimal efforts by our team to pull the trapped data from handwritten notes and PDF documents and turn it into useful information that could be used to run our business.
If you would like to know more about CCAI and DocAI, there are a ton of resources to help you get started. Here are a few links you can go through in the description. You'll be able to read up more on CCAI and DocAI. Check out our YouTube playlist. Experience our hands-on tutorials. And lastly, please stay connected to learn more our next video.
If you're interested in using DocAI, you can start with the DocAI documentation, which has sample code examples and an extensive list of the available parsers. We also have a DocAI playlist called The Future of Documents, which includes a deep dive into each of the DocAI processors and demos illustrating how you can use them. Finally, you can get hands-on with the Cloud Skills Boost labs or the code labs that provide step-by-step tutorials.
That brings us to the end of this video. In our next video, we will go over learning the fundamentals of MLOps in detail and how you can achieve it on Google Cloud. We will then go through a demo and inspiring customer story.
And that's a wrap. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click on the bell icon to get notified each time a new video is posted. Thank you so much and stay tuned.